almost squeezed him against the wall. Leslie through, big move. Now Thompson fighting back. Thompson's on the inside. Jason Plato, here's our ringside seat, everybody. Down over the Cascades, 2 into 1 won't work.
So we're in the very busy Paddock area at the Goodwood members meeting, and we're going to take a look at some of the most iconic touring cars of the 90s right through to the 2000s, driven by some pretty much household names at the time when touring cars particularly were pretty big in the UK, and some epic battles took place on track with some of this machinery we're going to see now. So stick with us, let me take you around and show you them. So at the 83rd members meeting, we've got a fabulous collection of the super touring cars. Now I wasn't aware, to be honest with you, the Renault 19 Chimard, the booted version, had actually raced, but apparently it did, and it was driven by Tim Harvey. What a glorious, glorious car that is, isn't it? Try and get a 1-inch shot. Let's go and see some more, shall we? And for your further delectation, we've got a brace of Cavaliers, one with the Masterfit livery, the service operation for Vauxhall. Next to it, we've also got another one. I presume it's Mark Leslie. I presume it's the same the late David Leslie, who drove in Formula 3 at the same time as Brundle, and then later on in the Nissan Primeras that are elsewhere in the video. And talking of Primeras, here they are, bless them. They cleaned up 98 and 99. They took all the trophies. They took everything away. Driven initially by, I think, David Leslie and Laurent Aiello. Later on, Anthony Reid got involved. But these are super championship winning cars, prepared by Ray Malek, who are still operating and still a hugely famous outfit. There's 3 of them here. What fabulous cars they are. That really was a golden period. I went to a lot of races in 98, 99 for various reasons, and delight to see these cleaning up. This was Toyota GB's official entry for the 93 season, and it's the Carina E. And the Carina E was driven by Julian Bailey, famously tipping Will Hoy into a roll at one of the races. The car itself had quite a tumultuous life, ended up at some stage getting a new roof after it was rolled itself, and quite an incredible history. Not that many trophies to its name, but I love the livery. Securico Amiga, remember those guys, eh? That was a long time ago, wasn't it? And if you like your super touring cars Audi flavoured, we've got an A4. The A4, the car that took over from the 80. This one, looking at the markings, RTL and ADAC, as the Germans say, the German Auto Club, or the equivalent to the AA. I love this period Audi racing livery. This car could tell a few tales. I think, is it Emmanuel Pirot? Experts will tell me if I've got that one right. Doesn't that look absolutely fantastic? Now, we all remember the grumpy Scotsman, John Cleland. Well, he always seemed a bit grumpy to me. That was a massively competitive period of racing with him and his compatriots. And this is a Vauxhall Sport. Love that iconic Vauxhall Sport livery of the period. What do you think to that one? You seldom see these as a road car these days. So fantastic to see it in touring car livery, isn't it? So Renault got in on the touring car action with the Laguna in 97. This one driven by Alain Menu and a very young driver at that time, Jason Plato. Menu the Swissman and Plato the Brit, entered by Williams. Quite a few names, sponsor names that we don't know anymore, that have pretty much disappeared. Swan National being one. And also Caliber, I presume that's the Caliber Lager. Can't say I was a fan of that, but there you go, you can't have everything. But campaigned in 1997 with that car. Now I know everybody wants to see the Volvo 850s, so we're going to start off this time with a saloon, also driven by Rydell, who drove the estates as well. Looks a bit different to what you would expect, that always somehow the estate always seems to be that bit more familiar, doesn't it? Single-handedly making Volvo estates absolutely cool as hell overnight was the 850. Now the 850 estate only actually ran for one season, became a bit of a target allegedly for some of the other drivers. Allegedly the aero with the estate, the flat estate roof, the aero was allegedly better, but I don't know if that's really the case or whether that's just legend. And to complete the set on this side, we've got a brace of Alfa Romeo 155s, rare as a road car, but these two have survived well, haven't they? Taking place in both European and British touring car championships. I think, was it Gabriele Tarquini, once Formula One driver, drove one of those as well. There's another one over there as well, and we'll just take a look at that one in the background, just over here. Looking cool from any angle, aren't they? Peugeot 406, in this instance, Paul Radishich, the Kiwi, is got his name to that one, but it was also driven by a few other people as well, getting a bit of human power on that one today. With a number of wins to its name, in fact winning I think Ford's 200th race, is this ICS sponsored Mondeo driven by Radishich, which apparently ran in 1993 and won the Touring Car World Cup. We'll try and get that one in shot. What a great livery that one is. A few of the cars are starting to move here now, so we'll at least get some moving shots of the Rapid Fit sponsored facelift Ford Mondeo. Another iconic livery, isn't it? Mondeo, gone but not forgotten. And we've got an E36 Team Schnitzer car sponsored by Vorsteiner. I think that was sponsored the Aras Formula One team as well. Probably maybe a European car. Just looking at the livery, some very colourful liveries there. Doesn't that look a treat? We'll take a look at some of the other cars in the background as well. I know there's a lot more I want to see here today. I'd pretty much forgotten that Honda with ProDrive were also involved in touring cars as well, quite some time ago. Honda's quite a big car for that, but then again I suppose so was the Mondeo. This was the generation of Accord, long since forgotten as a road car, but that shared its platform with a Rover 600. Wow, great to see that here, and gone but not forgotten, obviously. Now, are you aware that this generation of Astra as a saloon actually competed in touring cars? Okay, this one's badged as Opel, so it may well have run on the continent, but it's not a car I was particularly familiar with, to be honest with you. So the manufacturer's reasoning for going touring car racing was the car that you could see on the track on a Sunday afternoon was one you could actually buy, or at least a silhouette of it, not quite the same. And this was something that Volvo pursued with the S40, actually engineered by TWR, Tom Wilkinson Racing, driven by, I think, Kelvin Burt, he was called, I think, ex-Formula 3 driver back in the day. And this was their effort. Love the logo, love the livery, I should say, on the side. Forgive me for that, but that's fantastic, isn't it? And in a slightly different livery, this is the Ricard Rydell car. You know, comparisons with the road car are probably irrelevant, but at least the silhouette looks close, and it's been to Goodwood on a number of occasions, this car, so hopefully we may well see it on track a bit later with a bit of luck. And from the German Touring Car Championship is the Alfa 156 STC, as you can see there, driven by Stefano Modena. Again, 156 is a very, very pretty car. I'm not sure how effective it was in super touring cars, but maybe some of you will know that far better than me.